Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my podcast, Just Selfie Knits. The last episode was a special episode, but this time it's a regular one with normal finished objects, whips, not that many plans actually, because it's the end of the year and I want to make an extra video with my plans for next year and some live chat. So let's start with what I'm wearing. What I'm wearing is not a recent finished object. It's one that is almost a year old, I think, slightly longer. It's the Econ sweater from the Knit Pearl Girl. It's something I have test knitted for her, and I really like it. It's made in Drops Nepal. I will just stand up. So as you can see, it has a split hem, a slightly longer at the back, and I really like the detail here on the neckline and the saddle shoulder. I have made this last year, so it's a year old. It's been worn quite a lot in the winter because, yeah, of course, it's a very warm sweater. So you do see a bit of pilling. I haven't de-pilled anything, so it is what it is. But I don't care actually, because it's so soft and warm and I really like it. It has a really big collar like this, and I actually really want to make one again in the future. Don't know when, because I have so many plans, but I really like this sweater. The green Drops Nepal is a mixed color, so I don't know if you could really see it, but it has different tones in it, and it makes it a little bit more interesting than a plain yarn. So yeah, you've seen last episode that I have a lot of the Knit Pearl Girl designs as my favorite knits, and this is also one of them. It's not one of the most worn ones I showed you last time, because back then it wasn't cold enough to wear this one. So maybe this one will be in the next most worn knit episode when winter really hits. So time to go to FOs. The first FO, I still have to weave in my hands, is my own pattern, the Della Sacks. This is the biggest size. It's for my husband. It's the opal yarn, so the brown one is opal and the yellow one is Yawol. And as you can see, it's a colorwork motif. It's really easy colorwork motif with an afterthought heel, which I explained to you with a photo tutorial in the pattern. If everything goes right, I think the pattern should be live the beginning of halfway of January. It's in testing for the moment, so it's really nice to see all the versions of the testers coming up. I've already seen 2 versions and I really like it. So yeah, I will give a proper update at the beginning of January when the pattern is released. So this is my first FO. It's a really sock heavy episode FO wise, because I have another finished object, which is a FO. It is the Kite Heel Vanilla Socks by Celine Knits. It's for my husband as well in this is the Crazy Zauberball. So I really like the colors. The heel is perfectly explained in the pattern, but I will have to modify it a little bit for my husband, I guess. And I'm not sure if it will help with the modifications or not, because what I see, and it is something he also has with the heel flap and gusset, is that the sock starts to turn around his foot. It's also because he doesn't pay really good attention to it, and then it sits not really fixed to his heel. So then he like has a heel at the side of his foot or something. He also has it with a heel flap and gusset. He doesn't have it with a short row heel. So I guess for him, short row based heels are better than heel flap and gusset or this kite heel. But I will try next year with a modification and make it a little bit tighter at the top of the foot, because at really the end step he has a high-end stuff, so he really needs that width there, but I will try to make it a little bit tighter on top. We'll see if that helps or not. I have not used this heel for myself, so it's the very first time I have used this heel, and yeah, that's why I cannot give any more like review on that. But I can say that the pattern is really great. It gives you a lot of explanation on modifications. You can make it in different gauges, so it's actually a really good pattern. It's just, I don't think it's maybe not the right heel for my husband, but we'll see. And then I have a long-standing whip, which is also for my husband. This is another pair of socks, just a pair of vanilla socks with a shadow wrap heel. It's made in footprint of lanyards, I guess, of Wooladex, yeah, of Wooladex. And it's a combination of wool, nylon and cotton, so it's actually summer sock yarn. And I did start these in the summer, but yeah, I got bored and they got somewhere at the back of my whip list. And now I'm trying to reduce my number of whips, because at some point I had 24 whips, including sewing whips. And I want to get to 12 or less, including like my sewing whips, but also like the non-seasonal whips. Because for example, I started a sweater at the end of the summer. I didn't finish it, so this is a hibernating whip. But for the moment, I want to get below 12 in total, and I'm pretty good at it for the moment. I have frogged some things, I have finished some things, and I'm still working on it. So let's see if I can make it to 12 or even less. Yeah, I cannot say a lot about the yarn because he hasn't worn them, so I'm really looking forward to him wearing it, maybe in the summer. I don't know if it would be a pleasant yarn to wear now. I will ask him if he wears them, if he likes it or not. Okay, another FO, sorry. It is my own pattern, and I will just show you because it has something special. You have seen this pattern before. I'm trying to make fingerless mittens, and I have adapted the pattern a little bit for a second version. This is in Anel Malmedy, and you can see it has cables. This one I'm still working on how to do the thumb, but I like the fit of it. And I have something special at the other side, which I still have to try to see if it is a big advantage and if it stays good or not. But as you can see, this side has a smartwatch hole actually. For people that run or do sports outside, you might recognize this type of hole from your sports jacket or your sports t-shirt. It is easy because in this way you can actually see your watch and see how much you need to run or what your speed is or your heart rate is while still having warm hands. And that is what I wanted to create. So that's what I'm trying to. I haven't worn them to run, so they didn't have a lot of wear yet. So that's why I still have to see if it's a thing that wouldn't rupture further, or I still have to see if it's something that is viable over time or not. But yeah, I like it. I still don't have a final name for this pattern, but I have decided I want to make a bundle. So this will be part of it. I will try to make full mittens, a cowl, and a headband. But this will be something for 2026, as I still have plenty of other things to do, and I want to thoroughly test this before with wearing it before like going further. So that is another whip that is off the whip list. And then my biggest FO, the 1983 sweater for my husband in Drops Lima, I'm sorry. He has worn it quite a lot for his being because he doesn't really wear knitted sweaters that often, as inside our house it's more than warm enough to wear non-knitted sweaters, and especially not alpaca ones. But he has worn this one already. I have just taken it away today to make sure that I could show it to you. The only disadvantage is that it has quite a wide neckline, and I'm not sure if I like it or not. It's not that it's not doable or that he doesn't like it, but you have to be careful with what you wear underneath, because you see like the color of your t-shirt or color of your shirt, and he is somebody who doesn't care about the color matching of those things. So you could perfectly have him wearing some color underneath that doesn't fit or doesn't really match these colors. So that's why I'm not a big fan of such a bright color for him. So I think I want to knit him another sweater next year, and I'm thinking I forgot the name of the petite knit one, but like there is a colorwork sweater for men and women from petite knit. I just forgot the name, and that appears to have a smaller opening for the neck. So maybe I will make that one for him next year, because I really enjoyed knitting the colorwork, even though it's a big size. It's not that he's that big, but it's bigger than my size, so it does take some time. And maybe I will also choose Superwash Merino next time, because he tends to like me to wash his knits more, and he is somebody who he doesn't need that much wool or warmth in his sweater inside as I do. So I think merino will be more suitable than a alpaca yarn, but we'll see what 2026 brings. I will have a separate video on that anyways. So that's the sweater. I'm really happy with the result, by the way. So the color work turned out beautifully. I have used one needle size up, so 0.5 centimeter up for the color work compared to the body, and there is no bulking or something, so I think I matched gauge at that point, so I like it. And even at the sleeves, it's fine to have those color work parts. So that is already another FO. Okay, time to talk whips. The reason I'm filming again upstairs is because my biggest whip is here, and I will just take it. I'm halfway a row, which is not ideal, but we'll see. This is a blanket, a huge blanket that I'm knitting. Almost done, 2.5 balls to go. The yarn is from Wool and the Gang. It's their crazy sexy wool, so it's a really thick, really chunky wool, and I'm knitting this on 25mm needles, so they are really thick, and it's not really, well, it's not it's hard on my hands to knit with it, but I really like that I'm be covered by the blanket already while knitting on it. So I like it, I like the motif, and yeah, I just want to finish it now because it's a whip for 3 years, and I have bought this 4 years ago. So 4 years ago I got my PhD, and as a present to myself I bought this kit, which has cost me quite a lot of money because I forgot that Wool and the Gang is in the UK. So I had to pay extra taxes, and you know, so it's not only something that has some mental value or emotional value for me because it was my present for my PhD, but also a lot of money value. So yeah, but I hope to show you this in the next full episode as a FO. Let's just keep this on my lap. I'm surrounded by whips now. Next is a shawl, or a scarf actually. So it's a brioche scarf. I'm using this ball. It's, I will just take the label. It's from Lana Grossa Gomitolo Fumo. I was actually, normally I'm not into these types of yarn, but I was yarn shopping with my knitting bestie Maud a few weeks ago, and the second shop we visited in Brussels had a lot of this type of yarns, and that made me think, what can I make with it? A scarf, of course, is a perfect option. Next to that, I don't own that many normal scarves. I have a lot of shawls that I have knitted over the last couple of years, but they appear to be quite bulky to wear underneath or over a jacket. So I could actually use like a very cozy long and white scarf, and that is what I'm knitting for the moment. I hope to finish this in the next couple of weeks. I'm not sure if I will. Normally you can knit one scarf with one ball of yarn, but I have made this one quite big, well, quite wide, so I'm unsure if it will be possible or not, but I will just finish this ball and see where I get and if I like it or not. So we'll see what it gives. It's also an ideal pattern or an ideal thing to just practice brioche, because it's quite simple. Just back and forward brioche, nothing specific or nothing special about it. Let me put this away. Oops, just a second. Then, this is a recent whip. It's the Wool Rudolph socks from Novita. It's a free pattern, by the way. It's knit in 7 Brothers from Novita. Which is a DK sock pattern. So you see the reindeers and like the horns of the reindeers. So I really like it. I'm looking forward to finish it and to see if it fits, because I don't have a lot of experience with color work on DK weight, so it's difficult to actually know how many stitches I would need or not and what my gauge would be. So I'm unsure what it will give, but we'll see. The only way to know is to try, and even though if it wouldn't fit, like, it would be a perfect thing to use as a Christmas decoration, so it wouldn't be lost anyway. So this one should be finished soon, because it's Christmas time. Well, more or less, it's the beginning of December now, so I don't have to finish this one in April. I want to finish it now. And then the next sock I have as a whip is a plain vanilla sock. I want to start teaching knitting workshops in 2026. I'm arranging everything for it, but what I also need is a plain sock as an example. And also I'm now timing how long it takes me to knit something, to know a little bit how to arrange my lessons. So this is just a plain vanilla sock with a heel flap and gusset. What can I say about it? It's hand-dyed yarn by Het Wolbeest, which is a Dutch web shop for hand-dyed yarn. Yeah, nothing special to say about it actually. And somewhere I do have, yes, another sock whip. I have started the second sock as well, which is almost at the same length. This is the November pattern of the Cuff Club Volume 1 of Volume 2, sorry, of Summerlee. It's a drop stitch pattern for the cuff, and then I'm using a self-striping yarn for the rest of the sock. I will use the red again for the heel flap and the heel turn, and then the red again for the toe. So yeah, just something. It's not a special Christmas yarn, but it still gives me some Christmas vibes as well. So I also want to finish this quite soon. Oh my gosh, I have so many whips to show you. Another one is crochet. I learned to crochet a couple of months ago, and just want to practice it. This will be a huge granny square, which will make a blanket. So this is how far I have come so far. I don't have to hurry because I want this for the garden in summer, as it's not a winter yarn, it's a summer yarn and summer colors, but it's nice to now and then have a few rows of crochet in between all the other knitting patterns. And then my last whip is a pattern of the Knit Pro Girl, not a testing pattern, just one that I want to make. It's the Lucy cardigan, of which I have finished the back yoke, one start of a front panel. Now I have to pick up for the other front panel, and then I can join to knit like the body. It's an Andalusian stitch, which is actually something that is really typical for the Knit Pro Girl. And even though I have knit so many things of her, I have not knit a single pattern with Andalusian stitch, which is strange. So that's why I really wanted to knit one, and I could use more cardigans. So yeah, it's perfect. The yarn I'm using is Hulse Super Soft, which is a wool yarn, and I'm combining it with Dropskid Silk Mohair to get a DK weight gauge. I don't have anything special to say about the yarn. It's a leftover, and leftover is a big word, but it's a leftover of my sundial sweater. And my sundial sweater, which is a pattern of Hi-Res Makes, I made it a lot of years ago, I think in 2022 or something. But at the beginning of the testnet, which is a testnet, she actually accidentally gave the wrong numbers of meterage we needed. So instead of like having separate meterage for the fingering weight and the mohair, she said that you needed the amount of both for one of those. So we thought that we needed a lot of yarn for the fingering weight yarn and for the mohair, so actually I could make two things out of the amount I have bought, and that's why I still have this amount left. I'm using a cone of Hulse Super Soft. It's in here, I'll just take it. I like the yarn, I like the fact that you don't have to weave in that many ends with a cone, but the disadvantage is that it's not easy to take with you, which is why this hasn't got that many attention time as another whip would have gotten. So that's it actually. Plans, not really. I just want to finish quite a lot of my whips and see what it gives. I also want to take time to make like the manuals for the workshops I want to give. So to start, I want to focus on socks and also on beginner workshops, which will be mainly scarves, coals, shawls, like the normal easy things that don't have exact sizes. So if you don't get gauge, it's not the biggest issue. So that's actually what I want to work on in the next couple of weeks. I'm really excited. Yeah, I also have to do all the admin stuff for that, but that's something I'm working on as well. And at this point I have a site on what I need to do. So the next step is going further with that. Yeah, so actually I will wrap up here and we'll see each other soon. Bye!